what's up, what's down, everything in between, that's me. It's thousands of people in these YouTube streets, but you chose to be right here with me. So sit back, buckle up, relax, and take a ride with me.
If there are satellites up there, how did they get up there? Who put them up there? I mean, 'cause think about it. A satellite just sits in the air, stops, it sits in the air, and it stays in that position, and it's just up. Who the fuck put them up there? So, let me guess. Y'all put niggas in them same ships, y'all sent niggas to the moon in, right? With these big ass satellites. And then they got out floating in the air, flipping around in the middle of space. You know what I'm saying? It just planted it there and it stayed. But meanwhile, they tell you that the astronauts stayed on the ship because in space, if they get out that motherfucker, they will be lost in space because everything keep moving. So we want to know who the fuck got up there outside the planet and placed strategically now, placed all these satellites all nice around the planet, and you get this side of the earth. You're going to get that side of who put them up there. Let us see the video. Show us y'all document everything else. Why that ain't never been documented? You see what I'm saying?
How easy will it be for them to strap on a GoPro when they're out in space, fixing these satellites, doing maintenance work, whatever it is? Like, it'll be so easy for them to do that and document that. It doesn't make any sense how we have big satellites up there that stand put in space because it's in our orbit. They just say anything to us and we just supposed to believe it on face value. These is valid questions that every question that he asked and opposed was valid, and they cannot, they can't do it. They just want to take our word for it type of, reaction. I mean, well, I don't even know their reaction, but it's just like they're not speaking about none of these questions that people have. They just ignore them, and they got regular people defending it. They want to defend it and don't even know why. But yeah, man, that was very valid, man. I think you made a good argument. It's a good argument. Like, make it make sense.
Sexual purity.
Sexual purity.
What is that?
Well, consecrated virginity is one. I've been in session, and the demon is there, and he's bound, and he sees the priest. The priest he's got the belt, in Spanish, the cinturón. You know what I mean? He's the guy that's going to bring the pain. But I've been in session where there's been religious sisters or consecrated sisters. He doesn't register us. He doesn't see the lay people. We're just there. We're just muddled in the background. Unless you've got some once in a while he'll call one out. But for the most part. But I've been in session where there's been a consecrated virgin in the session. And the demon looks at her and with this look in his eye like, what are you going to do with that? That scene, what was it? That when there's was it an old 70s movie? What was the name of that movie? And there's a torture scene with a dentist, and he kept asking him, "Is it safe?" Dennis Hoffman movie, I forget the name of it. Is it safe? Is it safe? The demon's looking at him. He's like strapped to a table, and he knows that there's something powerful there, and it's the consecrated virginity.
Okay, I think all I got of all of that is something powerful about being a virgin. I don't, you hold some kind of power if you're a virgin, I don't know what y'all guys think. Hey, let me know down below, because I don't know if I think that just went over my head.
This island quite literally is a sleeping, petrified giant. This is undeniable. If you think that this is a simple rock formation, you are out of your mind. The Bible told us about the Nephilim and the giants that used to roam this earth. All of our ancestors told us this as well, and the evidence couldn't be any more clear. Peace and love.
I'm going to speak for myself. I absolutely believe in giants. I I believe there's so much evidence at this point, man. Like, after so many mountains and petrified rocks and just stuff like that, man, like, it all can't just be coincidence, man. But you have the Bible talking about it. You got Greece, Roman mythology talking about it. I'm just, man, like, evidence speaks for itself, man. It definitely was giants, man, that roamed this earth, man. And big trees at that, man. Big petrified trees, man, that they cut down, man. It's definitely, yeah, that's, I think that's definitely a fact. Yeah. I don't know why they wanna not tell us about it. And dragons. I believe in dragons as well. I don't think it was dinosaurs, so to say. It was dragons. There's so much evidence about that, you know. In the old dictionaries, they talk about dragons. You know, like the Chinese, you know, Japanese, whatever, man. They have, you know, depictions of dragons, you know. Yeah, I like that clip, man. But let me know what y'all think down below. You know, I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks about that. You know,
in the 1985 classic Back to the Future, at a scene called the Twin Pines Mall, we will bear witness to a sudden surprise terrorist attack, perpetrated by a group of terrorists. The attack is at the Twin, which is a reference to the Twin Towers. When we turn the sign upside down, the digits on the clock read 911 or 911. The Twin Pines are a symbolic representation of the Twin Towers. Before the terrorist attack, the twins are present, but after the attack, the twins are gone, replaced with a single pine. This takes place on 9/11, where the twins are destroyed and replaced with a single tower, the One World Trade Building. Also at this scene, Doc shows us two stopwatches, both of which display encoded 9/11s. Is this only a coincidence? The pines are the towers, and this symbol system is confirmed in Back to the Future Part 2, where we see the twin pines appear again on a projection movie screen in Marty's future house. Marty's family gathers around the movie screen, and the twin pines actually morph into the twin towers. This is because the twin pines are the twin towers. The pines are the towers. Pines, towers. And the Twin Pines Mall is the Twin Towers Mall, which is why all the clocks here secretly say 9/11 and why there will be a terrorist attack resulting in the destruction of the Twin Pines, or the Twin Towers. But the appearance of the towers is not a random backdrop, as we can see the Statue of Liberty lurking just as secretly as the towers, making this scene a secret recreation of New York City, where Marty's family has gathered to stare at Ground Zero. Of these three characters staring at Ground Zero, one of them is completely upside down. But in the entire Back to the Future saga, this is the only time when an upside-down character will ever appear. The hint being given here is to observe the scene from his perspective by turning it upside down. But when doing so, the Twin Towers are clearly shown to be falling down. In the entire history of cinema, this scene of Back to the Future is the most literal depiction ever made showing the Twin Towers falling down. So how is it possible that this scene would occur in a story that already contains a terrorist attack at the twins on 9/11, where the twins are the Twin Towers, which then execute Hollywood's best depiction of the Twin Towers collapse? But Back to the Future doesn't just portray this attack, it develops into an elaborate warning about it.
I can just go back early and warn him.
I have to tell you about the future!
Doc, about the future. You will be shot by terrorists.
But Marty is carrying more essential information about the future. He knows the exact time and date that a tower will be struck.
Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Don't forget to take a flyer.
In a story we already suspect of being a 9/11 warning, how is it possible that this phrase appears on a flyer telling the future? Then, when the tower strike takes place, a giant flaming 9/11 is ignited in the street. Marty knows exactly when and where this tower strike will happen because it's all written on this flyer and placed in his hands. But something lurks in the background overseeing this transaction. But why does this symbol hover while Marty is forewarned about the tower strike? Back to the Future was written and directed by Robert Zemeckis, first released in 1985, but to depict the future, Zemeckis chose October 2015.
Hi, Doc, what's going on, huh? Where are we? When are we?
October 21st, 2015.
2015?
The Twin Towers scene takes place in October 2015, and the towers appear on a movie screen, meaning the McFly family is watching a secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015, directed by Robert Zemeckis. So how could it be that now, in the real October 2015, a major Hollywood production is about to hit theaters worldwide, and it is exclusively about the Twin Towers? It happens to be directed by Robert Zemeckis. The title of this new Twin Towers film is The Walk, and this new Twin Towers film has the exact same release date as the secret Twin Towers film Planted in Back to the Future, which exposes the symbolism of the pines and depicts the Twin Towers collapse. So why would Zemeckis now draw our attention to it with a major Hollywood production? Back to the Future was released in 1985, The Walk in 2015, exposing this warning after 30 years. Marty writes this warning into a letter. He seals it shut, intending for it to remain hidden for a specific amount of time.
What's the meaning of this?
Find out in 30 years!
If y'all seen what I just seen, ain't no such thing as no coincidence. That's too much. It's just too much. And it's scary. Like, that's very scary, man. It's like, it seems like, man, like, our government can do anything and tell us anything. And it don't matter that the few that understand it and that can see through the bull, it don't matter, because the masses is just like, who cares? Right. Or you looking too far in it, like you conspiracy theories. But it's just like you have stuff like this that's was presented to us years before that even happened. It's just like, come on, man, or are we living in a simulation? You know, like what the that's scary when you think about it, man. Like,
you ever hear about a date so terrifying? The government stopped time travel experiments because of it? Yeah, that date exists. And no, it's not Y2K or 2012. It's way worse. According to insiders working on Project Looking Glass, every scenario, every future they simulated, collapsed into one point in time. And no matter what they tried to change, nothing could move past it. Like the future said, access denied. Here's where it gets Matrix-level wild. That moment wasn't the end of the world. It was the end of the illusion. The date? Sometime between 2030 and 2036. Why the range? Because depending on who you ask, that's when humanity either wakes up or goes completely off script. It's when the timeline locks in. Now, if this is making your head spin like a VHS tape from 1997, do all the things. Tap like your future depends on it. Follow Twisted in 60, so the next Twisted Tale hits your feed. Save it for that inevitable, what was that video I saw moment, and comment they knew if you're seeing the pattern. But here's the kicker. The Looking Glass didn't just show that date. It showed that everyone, at once, starts questioning everything. And when we wake up, they lose control. What happens after that date? Well, they didn't program the simulation that far. Or maybe they did, and and they just didn't want us to see it. This video is for educational and oh no, they're onto us purposes only. I am not a government whistleblower, just a guy on the internet trying to avoid being accidentally deplatformed. Stay curious, stay alive.
Bluebeam Project marks the beginning of total population control. This delusional project aims to stage a large-scale fake extraterrestrial invasion worldwide, with UFOs visible in the sky, and to introduce a fake god to save humanity from this invasion. They would employ highly realistic secret military technology, and they have recently conducted tests. The result is crazy. The ultimate goal would be to eradicate all religions and establish a single unified religion, thereby achieving complete control over the population through fear. This project, combined with the HARP project, would enable the manifestation of a religious figure capable of causing earthquakes, storms, and natural disasters to more strongly modify the belief systems of the masses. Remember in Spider-Man: Far From Home when they used holograms to portray Mysterio as a hero? Now recall this phrase. In the movie, we'll tell them the truth, and in reality, we'll lie to them. Tell me your opinion on this, and remember that if aliens ever invade us, don't believe it.
There are hallways in the Pentagon that have never been publicly documented. The Pentagon is the heart of the US military, but what you see from the outside is only part of the real story. Built in 1943 with 5 sides, 17.5 miles of corridors, and thousands of rooms, many with top secret clearance, it hides programs like black budget projects, development of new weapons, and advanced technology the public hasn't seen yet. In 2020, the Pentagon admitted it had a UFO research program. Some documents are public, but the most important ones remain classified. There are rumors of underground levels, elevators that aren't on any maps, and rooms where sci-fi-like tech is being tested. During the 9/11 attack, the exact sections under financial investigation were hit. Some say that wasn't a coincidence. In a 2001 report, the Pentagon admitted it couldn't account for $2.3 trillion from the budget. After that, silence. Some believe it holds not just military secrets, but alien technology, contact records, and even experiments on humans. The Pentagon is a real place, but we don't even know half of what happens inside. Would you want to know what's really hidden? Comment and follow for more secret locations.
Let's go back a couple videos back about the 9/11. But also, during 9/11, the Pentagon got hit as well. You know? Like, it is so crazy, man. It's so in your face, man, to be like, it's scary. Like I said, it's scary to be like your government would do this to you, man. That our government don't have our best interests. You know, to think about that, that is scary, man. You know? Look, people need to wake up, man. People need to wake up to it's so much information on this stuff, man. We need to wake up, man, and start asking questions, man, and demanding answers. Straight up. We need to start demanding answers, man. Start talking to one another, man. You know, hey, what's going on with you? How you feeling, man? What's going on in your life, man? And, you know, you'll be shocked to know that they going through the same thing. And y'all can be helping each other out, you know? But all this type of stuff can happen because it's not unified, man. Everybody's just doing their own thing, man. They don't supposed to be like this. They don't supposed to be like this. But I bet they have way more than just the Pentagon and secret halls. They got fucking secret land that you don't even know about, man. You worrying about Area 51 and the Pentagon and that type of stuff, man. When these people got whole islands you never heard about. You can guarantee that. Hey, this is for entertainment purpose only. It's just straight entertainment. This is my thoughts. They would definitely be able to fake an alien invasion, and 50% is going to believe it. I'm going to tell you why. we so divided. We all in our own worlds. We all just trying to make it, and they putting this. It is so much pressure on a regular family. You know, on a regular person. Just you have no time to even care about these things or see these things. You know, well, all they would have to do is just have a weapon device that will shut down our whole grid, and cars will stop moving and crash to one another. When they do it, planes will fall out the sky, and then all of a sudden they'll project Project Bluebeam in the sky, and you seeing aliens and stuff like that, and you will naturally assume that aliens are attacking us and they did this, when the whole time it's the governments, and they, you know, just put everything into effect, man. Because when that happened, people is gonna freak out. People's gonna bomb rush every store. Bomb rush every store, take all the food, all the water, everything. And it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be every man for themselves. A lot of people gonna click up and stuff, but that's the best way I can see that they can do it, man. Because when you're going through all of that, then you seeing stuff in the sky, you're not thinking about no Project Bluebeam and that shit fake. You know? And when they do come on the TV or on your phone and sending out the news, you're gonna see everything on your phone or on the TV or whatever device that you have over the radio waves or something like that, and they're gonna be telling you, and you're just gonna be believing it. It's gonna be chaos. It's pretty easy when you think about it. You know, most people don't even know their next door neighbor, you know? But then again, man, let me know what y'all think down below, man, because
certain individuals are spiritually protected, and I'm gonna tell you how you know. Most people that are spiritually protected, if someone tries them, you know, being disloyal to them, try to hurt them, try to do all these different things to them, something terrible usually happens to them right after that, depending on how drastic they were with what they tried. Some people can't even be cursed, because if you try to curse that person, that curse will be reversed and hit you even harder than what you were trying to bring that pain to them.
I don't know if I'm gonna get raped for this, but like, government code delete system 32. I don't fucking know how to work Windows 95, okay? Oh my fucking god. Help. Yes, that is what I need right now. Help. Bad command. Alright, fuck this. I'm leaving this place. Did I stumble on some kind of like a secret government project here? Am I actually gonna escape this fucking place without being killed? A preacher
The Bible says that my people die for a lack of knowledge. When you're not sure about something, my best advice is search things out for yourself. That's the best way I can say when you listen to a clip like that. I think he was right about a lot of things. And God is not a liar. He is not a liar. And read the book for yourself, seek him, and he'll find you.
The U.S. has hidden cities built to protect politicians, not the public. Deep beneath mountains in places like Virginia and Colorado, bunkers were built during the Cold War. Facilities like Raven Rock and Mount Weather were designed for continuity of government. Congress, military officials, and the president had escape routes. The public did not. During a nuclear threat, everyday Americans would be left behind. Even today, those tunnels are maintained, just in case. You won't find your name on the guest list. Follow for more disturbing facts they never planned to tell you. And leave a comment if you think these bunkers still matter today.
Project Cirrus is the first official attempt to modify a hurricane. It was run by General Electric with the support of the U.S. military. The official theory was that by changing the temperature outside the eye wall of a hurricane, which they did by seeding the clouds with various compounds such as silver iodide, a decrease in strong winds will result. On October 13th, 1947, Project Cirrus targeted a hurricane heading out to sea. Approximately 180 pounds of dry ice was dropped into the clouds. The crew then reported a pronounced modification of the cloud deck, and the hurricane abruptly changed direction and made landfall near Savannah, Georgia. The public blamed the government. Irving Langmuir, who pioneered General Electric's atmospheric research department and admitted that the project was about learning how to weaponize the weather, also claimed the reversal of the hurricane had been caused by Project Cirrus. But the government denied it for 12 years.
Let me know what y'all guys think down below about that clip. Because it's a lot of rich billionaires are building bunkers right now. Even Rick Ross, I seen a clip of Rick Ross talking about building a bunker because of Elon Musk. I think it's possible that they can be hiding in mountains. It's hollow mountains and they have secret cities and stuff under the ground. Yeah, it's the whole world under the ground. So yeah, I believe it. It won't save them from anything, but the world ends and the Bible is true. There's nowhere you can hide. There's nowhere you can hide. And yeah. I think it's yeah, underground bases and things of that nature. It's a lot of evidence that says so. But let me know what you think down below. Let me know.
The Earth is flat, stationary, and enclosed by a glass dome known as the firmament, which contains the sun, moon, and stars, all of which move, not the Earth. Above and below are waters. This isn't a conspiracy. If satellites were really in space, why would we need communication towers in the middle of the ocean? A compass only functions properly on a flat surface to differentiate between north, east, south, and west. Water always stays level and contained, with the Arctic Circle and Antarctica acting as barriers that hold the oceans in. The solid glass dome or firmament keeps the air inside, creating a sealed, airtight environment. The Earth doesn't spin at millions of miles per hour like a ball. The sounds of thunder booms are produced when solid objects shift. Even world leaders know this truth, as shown by the flat Earth map on the UN logo. Once again, it's the sun, moon, and stars that rotate from east to west, not the Earth. The people who taught you that the Earth is a globe are fully aware of and believe in the flat, enclosed system we all live in and that no one can leave. We're told that we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, orbiting the sun in the heliocentric model at 66,600 miles per hour. On top of that, we're supposedly chasing the sun through space at nearly 500,000 miles per hour. According to this model, we're spiraling through an infinite universe, never in the same place twice. Now consider the Georgia Guidestones, which had a small hole drilled through one of the central stones. If you looked through that hole, you would always see Polaris, the North Star. But how could we be moving in so many directions, traveling vast distances, and yet that star remains perfectly aligned in the hole? It should shift out of sight constantly, yet it stayed in place for 40 years until one day someone blew up the monument. They say Earth spins eastward at 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. So here's a question. How does a plane flying eastward at just 800 kilometers per hour reach its destination? Shouldn't the ground be moving too fast for the plane to catch up? And what about landing? Imagine trying to land a plane safely on a runway that's supposedly zipping along at 1,600 kilometers per hour. Sounds risky, doesn't it? The official explanation is that Earth's atmosphere is stuck to the planet, held by gravity despite the vacuum of space above it. But think about this. If Earth were a spinning ball, pilots would constantly need to adjust for the curve. At 800 kilometers per hour, a plane would have to lower its nose by around 850 meters per minute to stay on course with Earth's curvature. Otherwise, it would be flying higher and higher, reaching about 50,000 meters in just an hour. Yet pilots don't make these constant adjustments. Once they reach cruising altitude, they level off and maintain a steady course until it's time to descend. No constant corrections for Earth's curve, just a straight level flight path. Doesn't that raise questions? If Earth were really spinning and curving, wouldn't we see constant course corrections? But we don't. It's a compelling clue that maybe things aren't what we've been taught. What do you think? If you're curious to dive deeper into these ideas, make sure to check out more videos on this page.
Wow. Now that was a lot. That was a lot to unpack. When you try to talk to someone about flat Earth, they look at you like you're crazy. But when they really start talking back to you, it's just like, it's not that they don't believe it, they don't see why it's important. And I can say it's important because they lied about it. So it's important. And then when you question why would they lie about it, then you start getting answers, you know? Like, the first reason why they'll lie is NASA. They get millions and millions and millions of dollars every day to uphold that lie. Second reason, it complements the Bible. The Bible talks about it. How we are stationary, we are not moving, and the stars and the moon and the sun rotates up above, and we are stationary. So they try to, you know, they don't want you believing in the Bible. So that's another reason. That's a big reason to me. You know, the third, control. They can control you by having you trapped in a box and on these lands and continents that they say. They make you feel very small to be on a ball. But what if there's more lands out there and they want to keep all that for ourselves and make it seem like we need resources, run out of resources. So control is a big one, you know? But when you hear stuff like this, especially about flat Earth, and you don't see why they all lie, just like look at it as why is they lying to us about it? You know, because everything that was in that clip, man, it gotta make sense to you. It got to make sense to you. If it don't, research it and then come back. Let me know in the comments, man, because if it is a ball, I don't care looking like a fool, but it looks like it's flat. The evidence towards it's flat. I don't, you know, like, what about the sea, the cables? That's under the sea. That's on the floor bed of the sea, so to say. And that's used for phones, for cell phones. You know, most of our traffic when it comes to that is under the water. It's not up above. And the cell towers like was in the video, you know. We wouldn't need all these things if it was satellites that's up there just floating up there. We won't need all these towers and stuff like that. Like you'll be able to be in your garage and be on the phone, you know. But for people that defend the globe, man, like why? Like why? Like I don't understand too, especially when you don't even know nothing about the globe. You just assume it because you was taught your whole life, you know. But I believe it. Let me know what y'all guys think down below. Hey, I love the feedback. I don't want to argue, but I can hear people out. I can definitely hear you.
Oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god! Anthony!
Oh man. Oh man, what the hell? Holy shit.
Are you videotaping?
Yeah, I'm videotaping it. Damn, that bitch on fire.
Hi, I'm on the, what bridge is
Do you know
this?
what they really built under the Hoover Dam? They told us it was just a dam, just a power plant. But the Hoover Dam was never about electricity. It was about control and what's buried underneath it. From the very beginning, the project didn't make sense. The sheer size, the budget, the military involvement. Why rush to build something this massive in the middle of a desert during the Great Depression? Here's what most people don't know. Hoover Dam was engineered to produce far more power than the region needed at the time. That wasn't overbuilding, it was over-preparing for something, and there are sealed vaults beneath it that remain unexplained to this day. Engineers have documented inconsistencies in the original blueprints, rooms that don't appear in final construction, entire service tunnels that were welded shut after the war. Save this file now, because once you hear this, you'll want to re-watch it. Some researchers believe the dam was built directly on an energetic fault point, a convergence of ancient ley lines. And it doesn't stop there. There are references to electromagnetic interference near the base of the structure. Some insiders believe the dam functions as more than hydroelectric. It may be containing something. There are even Cold War era records showing experimental tech storage and defense contracts tied to the site in the 1950s. But no one asks. No one looks deeper. Because the Hoover Dam isn't just a marvel of engineering, it's a monument to suppression, a structure designed to bury a secret beneath millions of tons of concrete. Drop a theory and double tap if this makes you question the official story. Share with someone who still thinks it's just a dam. Follow for more Hidden Truth Files.
What do y'all guys think about the Hoover Dam? What's under the Hoover Dam? That's one I gotta research a little bit more about the Hoover Dam. But I think there's a lot of things we don't know. A lot of things we should question, you know. But I do know this, he didn't show it in this clip, but it's two like 100-foot tall statues at the Hoover Dam that nobody knows like where are they and why they there. I believe it's some Mason symbol at the Hoover Dam as well. I saw a clip about them doing some kind of ritual, like the same type of ritual they did at CERN. That's weird stuff that don't make any sense that they'll do. But question everything, man. Question everything. I like that clip though, man. But question everything and let me know what y'all guys think below, man. But that was crazy.
There's cities underground, there's warehouses underground, there's actual homes underground. People build these tunnels and they've built them for decades. There's a lot, and elite celebrities They go down there for parties. Underneath the Getty Museum in Los Angeles, California. I was there for a cock party. We walked through the museum, through the garden area, and employees led us to underground tunnels. We had to take an elevator and stairs. We had to be led. There is no way that you can just walk into a tunnel. The entrances and the exits are in your face, but there's no way that you can just walk through tunnels. You'll get stuck. You'll go deeper and deeper, and you won't be able to come back out because it's hard, because the tunnels run all different directions for miles and miles and miles and miles. So if you go down the wrong one, you'll get stuck, and it's confusing to turn back around and get back to where you're going. So you have to be led in and out. I think people assume that when you...
Right, let's get this straight right now, right? Why has nobody told me that this thing right here is real? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. And it doesn't stop there. No, here's another one. Look at that. Clearly a woman. Clearly a woman. Don't even know. How is that a thing? Explain that. It's not a natural form. And then here's another one. Just a guy, just a dude, sat there. Little penguin for you. Then a little bird kissing another bigger bird. Some sort of goat. Not quite sure. Defo a snake. Defo a snake. There's two snakes. Two snakes on top of each other. Then I've no idea what that is, but if they're not teeth, I don't know what are. There's defo a little dinosaur. And then a hand. What is going on, people? I mean, check this out, right? Just look at this for a second, and you tell me what this could be. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. Looks sus. It's a bit sus too. That's defo a person, that though. I'm not even bothered. When did this become a thing?
Where have I been this whole time? Oh, I know. I've been stuck in my city my whole life. The world is amazing. We don't know anything really about it, man. We don't know anything about our past, about anything but besides what they told us and showed us in movies, man. But seeing clips like this right here, man, like, we look like little ants compared to these things, man. Seeing clips like this, man, it brings the Book of Enoch to life. You know, it really put two and two together, you know? Because you can't get denied. The two snakes, that was two snakes, bro. Yeah, that was two snakes, man. Like, fucking Rockhead and his tongue was sticking out, man. It's either that was AI or holy moly.
Of secrecy and secret facilities and the capabilities of our nationally kept secrets would shatter most people's imagination of what is possible.
This is probably one of the more well-known black-budget time travel projects, with the exception of the Montauk Project. Many whistleblowers have said that the program was not actually shut down, but just classified into deep black.
The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game, and nothing could be manipulated beyond that point.
According to the alleged insiders, the Looking Glass technology was apparently used to look backward and forward in time, using the consciousness of an operator as a type of steering mechanism. The operator would sit in a chair that was apparently recovered from a downed extraterrestrial craft capable of interfacing with consciousness directly. When the device was turned on, strong toroidal fields of energy cycled about a pouch of water at the center, which acted as a sort of resonator for in-streaming energies from the point of focus maintained by the operator. The data was collected and projected onto video monitors at incredible speeds, which later needed to be deinterlaced to reveal discernible images. What's interesting is that the biases of the operator would have a direct effect on the images collected. For example, if one were to look back to the time of Jesus' crucifixion, if the person doing so was an atheist, they may not see anything at all. But if the person was a Christian, they may see the infamous crucifixion event. This is suggestive of a time-space mechanic in the universe, wherein the human mind is able to navigate through time itself. The work of Dewey B. Larson and his reciprocal systems theory provides the basis for this interpretation. Briefly, as described by Larson, the universe is broken up into two physical regions, as defined by motion. Below the speed of light, motion operates in 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. Above the speed of light, motion operates in 1 dimension of space and 3 dimensions of time. As bizarre as that sounds, the mind is uniquely equipped to navigate in time, which is able to access memories of the past, gain awareness of events in the present, conceive of future possibilities, and even imagine alternative events that did not actually happen. In other words, the human mind can select a point of focus, just like in remote viewing, and receive the information from the store of memories made during the experience.
Do you know the difference between Looking Glass and the Yellow Cube?
Yes.
Okay. Are you aware of what happened to the Yellow Cube and how it was used and so on? Are you...
I believe that the Yellow Cube still exists. I can't say for certain if it's on this planet, but I would say that it's definitely protected from use at this point.
Okay, well that coincides with the testimony we got.
The Yellow Cube or the Yellow Book would give you your possible future.
Yes.
So it took basically the choices that you would inherently make along a timeline and tell you what that timeline would be, given that you made all the choices that your brain would make.
Well, this is exactly what I was just going to ask you. What we were told is that leaders of governments and so on, people in high places, politically, would use this to try to see their most optimum future and then follow those. So they were using it to enhance their wealth, et cetera, in a very egotistical way. And that was part of the problem with it.
The Looking Glass device seems to be capable of the same type of process. To access a data stream from any conceivable location in space or time, steered via the consciousness of an operator. According to the testimony of Burish, the technology was provided to the human race during the Sumerian times, when an advanced contingent of future humans went back in time and provided that civilization assistance after a cataclysm known as the Deluge. The Sumerian cylinder seals were encoded with plans to build the Looking Glass device. Earlier versions of the project saw the development of an actual portal that an individual could move through to jump in time. According to Burish, accounts provided by captured beings known in the program as P-45s, future humans 45,000 years into the future, the Earth was destroyed by massive cataclysms around the year 2012. This is apparently because Looking Glass devices were actively being used during a major celestial alignment, which overloaded the organic energy grid of the planet. Burish further claims that the device has been dismantled as a result of discovering 2 probable timelines, one of which is the cataclysm described by the captured being. An attempt was made to look into the future, but no concrete data was able to be received past the infamous date of December 21st, 2012, suggesting that this date is a nexus point in time, whereby either Timeline 1 or Timeline 2 would gain momentum. In the last report, Burish suggested that Timeline 1, the positive timeline, had an over 80% likelihood of coming to fruition. Given that we are nearly a decade beyond the 2012 date, and no major cataclysms have occurred, we are most likely well entrenched within the positive timeline. This is undoubtedly one of the more intriguing topics in Awakening Times, which seems to be well hidden in popular works of fiction. Corey Goode, a secret space program insider, claims to have reviewed documentation relating to this project.
It would be very hard to accept that all of this information that is currently held secret and classified is actually real.
Project Looking Glass. That'd be pretty cool. Can you imagine going back to the time of Jesus and seeing the crucifixion? Can you imagine that? Let's think about it. If our government had the technology to go back in time to the time of Jesus, I don't think they'll be so wicked. I think our way of life would be totally different. Because they'll be scared out of their mind. They will know the truth about the Bible, about Jesus, and judgment. Yeah, I don't see somebody having that type of technology and going back and seeing Jesus and knowing that's true. I think the world would be totally different, especially here in America. I think it would be pro Jesus and God all day. Like, I think they would tell the truth. I think they would try to live right, especially politicians and president, the people that's over the military. Just our way of life would be totally different, and they had that type of information, man. These people won't be so wicked. We won't have no Epstein and stuff like that, and sex trafficking and kidnappings and stuff like that, man. Our government would be on top of that stuff, and it won't be happening. And we won't be questioning our government the way that we question our government. You know? Nah, they don't have that type of technology. Nah, they don't. Nah. If they do have that type of technology, they can't go back in time. They can't go forward in time. No. They can't look at events and stuff like that and still be so wicked. We won't be questioning them the way that we are questioning everything. Because you gotta question everything in the world that we live in today. In 2025, I'd say 2019 to 2025, man, been eye-opening. So no, they don't have no technology. No, not like that. So, Project Looking Glass, nah.
Fucking niggas up. How you gonna tell me the earth is flat when you can't go under that bitch? So if I go under that bitch, what it is? Nothing?
No, we go under and it's on the other side. It's circular, bro.
But then it's a flat drop and then we go under.
Nah, it's not a flat drop. Whatever we think is on the top is it's like on the bottom type shit. So like, when you go, think about it. Look, no, real shit. Peep this, bro. When you go from LA and you go to Hawaii, why if I go the other way from New York to Hawaii, if I'm not going towards LA, I go all the way around.
All right, this is how I'm finna fuck you up. If I fly from London to LA, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna go straight, like the globe say. I'm gonna go round and it's gonna be quicker. Because the earth is round, right? So if you go this way, it's quicker than going straight this way because you gotta go around. You get what I'm saying?
But no, that's a fact. But I also said the world is round.
You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, if you look at the flight, like if you get on a flight from international.
That was a good clip to show you how it is talking to somebody who believes in the globe. He don't even know why. He don't even know why he's defending something like that. That's what I mean about people just defend the globe like it's true. Like, they look at it or they just can't comprehend it. It takes way more imagination to believe in a globe and we just flying through space, man, than it is just to believe in a flat plane. You sound more crazy when you believe in the globe and feel like we're doing all these things. You know? It's like people brain can't conceive it or something. I don't know, man, but it's crazy how somebody will argue with you when they can't prove the globe. You know? People, I don't know, man. That's just one of those things, man. It's just like, if you believe in the flat earth, man, I feel like you should just keep it to yourself.
It is the very first public unveiling in a public presentation of Project Looking Glass. A human being is about this tall. Project Looking Glass. A human being is about this tall. This is built in underground bases. It is colossal in size. And what happens is when you fire this thing up, these rings start going in all different directions. It shields off the barrel of water inside, which is just like your pineal gland. The water inside flips over into time-space, which then captures argon gas, captures visual images, and this is what it looks like. It becomes huge, glowing, all the way out to these posts, which are used as stabilizers for the energy field. Now, it doesn't start out with an image of the Earth. That's just there as a placeholder, although you could see the whole Earth like that if you wanted to. That's not usually what happens. Well, contact, right? We have been given the technology right in front of our faces in the movies. They just don't tell you what it's for. In what? 13 Ghosts? Well, thank you. I'll have to check that one out. Doesn't sound like a movie I'd want to see, but if it's for that... Oh, I can imagine. So, Contact, just to recap from yesterday, blueprints come in from the Vegans, from Vega. They figure out that it's only when you fold up these patterns into a cube, which forms what there in the center, the triangle with the eye in the middle, as it folds up, cube geometry, that's when you can decode the plans to build this, these rings, which becomes this machine. There's your little helicopter. There's another shot of it. They got computer animations of how it's going to work with the different rings moving. This actually looks like the fisheye lens distortion effect that happens around the looking glass when you power it on. There's a gantry crane up at the top, and the little guy is dropped down and goes inside. That's like your barrel inside the mechanism there. And this is where all the action happens. This is where the Stargate opens, the wormhole into the higher realms. In this frame, we're seeing how the whole thing collapsed and fell apart. So, of course, you want to take a ride. You know, the new look, because they're not using them anymore. 2009, 2010, 211, 212. Bam! It's so interlaced that they have a whole server farm of computers just to deconstruct what they're looking at in the future. Point that if it were complex images, you couldn't make out one from the other because they're flip-flopping so fast, okay? That's called interlacing, and the frequency of the interlacing gets higher and higher as you go towards 2012. So anytime that they try to look at, like, or they used to try to look because they're not using them anymore, 2009, 2010, 211, 212, bam! It's so interlaced that they have a whole server farm of computers just to deconstruct the two images and be able to see what they're looking at in the future. So again, this is what they're using. This is one of the main ones they're using, the Orion Cube as they call it, or the Cube. And also it's being used with Looking Glass. But what's going on with 2012? Well, here's another very interesting thing. We have multiple parallel futures that we can choose. And 2012 literally does represent create your own reality time. It has everything to do with what do you expect is going to happen. This is where thoughts becoming reality really takes on a whole new meaning in a way that you've never heard of before. So what they found that was so bizarre was that at December 21st, 2012, they could calculate it down to the day, that's how precise this was, that for some reason all the graphs, all the waves would go into a complete flat line. They no longer moved up and down like before. They went flat for like 7 or 8 seconds. So then they're asking the guys that went through these stargates and were traveling into the future, what happened to you? Every single time that somebody tried to hit 2012, they said the same thing. There was this thing they called the bump. it actually hits you like a bump. You actually feel like you've slammed into something. And as soon as it slams into you, you have the most incredible religious experience you can imagine. Cosmic consciousness. Your consciousness just blasts into this wonderful place where you have awareness of no space, no time. All knowledge is available to you. Ecstatic God consciousness. You could be the galaxy, you could be a subatomic particle, you can go everywhere and do everything, and there's no sense of it ever ending. So when it finally stops, you just can't even believe that you're back to who you were before.
Like what happened to Jodie Foster?
Exactly what happens to Jodie Foster in Contact. So,
Is that the moment of no time?
that's the zero time, yeah. And Daniel doesn't agree with me on this, but I believe that 2012 is our zero time reference. And when you hit 2012, everything goes perfectly white.
When I say the rocks were alive, I meant the rocks were alive. Do you really think this is just coincidence? Do you really think this is just some pareidolia? We're not just seeing faces here. A whole lot more than just faces. A coincidence is going to the market and seeing your friend there at the same time. Pareidolia is seeing faces in clouds. This isn't seeing faces in clouds. Just think of where all that pink Himalayan salt comes from. Now people say that's not how fossilization works, or we got carbon dating, but how accurate is it? You know they lie to us about everything. Just look at some of this petrification. Some of these artifacts that have no explanation. Petrification and fossilization takes a lot shorter than they tell us. And in the right scenario, like one big, massive cataclysmic event, you have a perfect petri dish for what you see here. Geology, that is nothing more than hardened biology. Question everything, friends. Especially the pink Himalayan salt. Until next time, friends.
Himalayan salt is the insides of a giant? That's wild. That is super wild. Let me know what y'all guys think down below. Himalayan salt is the remains of giants. Hey man, reality is stranger than fiction, man. If that's true, man, that's wild, man. Let me know what y'all guys think. Himalayan salt.
You know, when you're dealing with your enemy, as you did, you have to understand what the way they think, their patterns, how they operate. We're dealing with an apex predator, with somebody who doesn't sleep, with somebody who doesn't have a body. This isn't like the predator. If it bleeds, we can kill it. This doesn't bleed. But there are certain ways that you can beat them. You know, we fight an ancient enemy, and the ancient weapons are best. You know, and so going to the ancient weapons is the only way you can beat him. But the problem is, he takes guys like us, and I had to learn this lesson. We're so used to carrying world weapons, good weapons, but those don't work. You have to fight with spiritual battle, with spiritual weapons, and that's what we try to do is, in our apostles, try to teach people how to fight back with the spiritual weapons.
You see her eating crabs with my mama. And on top of the crab, it got a fucking face on it. Look at the face on this motherfucker, man. They show up there. Yeah, you can see it. Look at him, boy. Mean mugging, bro. Okay. Oh my goodness. Happy first night. All right, guys, we have reached the end of the video. If you was rocking with your boy, you like what you seen, these your type of clips, please like, comment, subscribe to the video. Engagement is always welcome. Always welcome. I would love the feedback. This is my first video, you guys. This is my first reaction video. So yeah, man, you got any feedback, any tips, anything that helped me along with this journey? It was real nice, man, rocking out with y'all guys, man. I like reacting to these videos, man. I would like to know what y'all guys think, though, man. It was a lot. It was a lot, man. I would say, man, have a great day. See y'all guys on the next one. And I'm out. Peace.